Hey, welcome back to Velox 18 Repo Man Extravaganza YouTube channel. All right, we got to get down to the lot because we got an appointment to release a vehicle, a couple vehicles down there, and we got a little bit of sleep, and so we're a little bit tired and grumpy, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. So we're gonna head down that way and start our new day after just a few hours sleep. So that's the plan, Stan. I'll keep you guys updated once we get down the road, but I'm gonna be late if I don't leave right now. So let's go. All right, just had to get some fuel at the truck stop. But yeah, we're gotta release a couple vehicles today, and then we'll do a couple daytime runs, stuff that we need to hit at different timings. And then we'll go head home and probably try to take a nap this afternoon before we go out again tonight. So I think that's a good plan. I didn't get a ton of sleep. If you watched the last video, it was we just didn't have. I started late last night, so I just ran out of time and kept working. You know, it's really hard to drive right by addresses that you need to go home. So you're like, oh, I'll just swing by real quick, and then you swing by, and then it's like whatchamacallit, an apartment complex that takes you like 45 minutes to comb through the whole, you know, parking area. But you know, it's all good. But didn't get as much sleep as I like. But then again, I'm kind of a princess when it comes to my sleep, you know. A little bit of a sissy lala. But anyway, we'll get on down the road and see what's going on. All right, took care of the stuff we got to take care of at the lot. Now we're gonna run a couple daytime runs and just see what we can find, man. See what we can find. This it's been less than ideal lately as far as the recovery percentage, the recovery rate. So something's changing, something's different in the addresses we're hitting. And you know, I've been doing some skip tracing, been doing a little bit of stuff. I don't get paid for that. That's just extra of my own, you know, time and money I'm spending on skip tracing. You know, one of the guys I talked to, he charges for skip tracing, but a lot of clients don't like to pay for it. They because it's their job. So if you're working with a forwarder, they're gonna have a hard time getting a lender to approve you to do something that they're supposed to be getting paid to do. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, okay, do I want to burn fuel until they decide that it's time for them to actually do their job, or do I just do it and do it for free and try and just, you know, save my time, save my fuel? Because as much as fuel is a big cost in this business, time is actually the most expensive, costly commodity, is just the time. So if I can run, you know, 20 less addresses in a month to get the same number of cars, that'll equate to, you know, what much better fuel efficiency, but also much better time efficiency. So anyway, that's that. So something, like I said, something's different though. Something's changed about the addresses we're getting, because it seems like we're getting more bad addresses, and so we're just gonna have to do more work, more behind the scenes work, and be a little smarter, you know, be a little smarter as far as what we do. I just started using an app called Clear Plan, and so I thought that would help me reduce the number of you know, trips I have and stuff, as far as all of that. But at the same time as I started using Clear Plan, I also added on a couple different clients. So it's kind of it's not it's not like everything was the same and then I started using this thing and then everything changed. It's everything has been in flux, so it's hard to pin down what exactly is the root cause of what's going on. But it doesn't really matter what the cause is, because we gotta do better. We gotta get these vehicles picked up without burning all my fuel up, without spending all my time out here on the road. And so that's the plan, man. We're gonna these addresses are pretty close to the lot right here in Nashville, and I've ran them once before at night, so now I'm gonna run them during the day and just poke my head around, see if I can't, you know, find out what's happening, what's the haps. But I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. We're getting a little bit close to the addresses. I'm gonna cut it off, preserve people's privacy and personal information. Don't even like to get close to it. I had someone say, man, but we want to see the towing. Like, I understand you want to see it. A lot of guys put it out there, but I'm building a business, not a YouTube channel, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't even flirt with the line that would get me caught up in any type of error on that side of revealing people's personal information or in any way messing up in those regards. So anyway, all right, catch up with you guys in a little bit. I will let you know if anything happens. I doubt anything will, but hey, gotta try, right? Gotta try. All right, fast forward. We didn't get anything earlier, but I expected that. I was just running a couple things just to be sure, and then I had to be home to take care of my wife. She was down. She's got a little injury she's dealing with, so I'm trying to help out as much as I can around the house, and I'm tired, man. I'm tired. So I just took a little nap, and now we're leaving late again, but yeah, it's 28 degrees out here, so I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Anyway, all right, we're gonna get down the road and try to warm up a little bit, get a little warmer inside the truck, and see if we can't get a couple units before we call it a night. And yeah, man, just plugging away every day, every night. Got to work day shift and night shift, so that's just how we roll. We got to do a little split shift action every day. And yeah, I still get the afternoons and evenings at my house usually, so it's nice, you know. My daughter's made snickerdoodles tonight. So anyway, all right, let's get the heck out of here, or at least get the heck inside the truck. All right, we are almost to the interstate over here, and we're gonna go run a couple of counts south before we head back up north to Nashville. Kind of had something throw a wrench in my plans. I always schedule my transporters and anyone who's picking up personal property. I always schedule them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, tomorrow's Wednesday, so usually on Wednesdays I can set my phone downstairs. I can work kind of extra late into the morning, and then I can catch up on some sleep and let my phone take messages for me, and then I wake up a little later and catch up on, you know, the office work I need to get done, maybe edit a video or two, you know, kind of do things. I don't go to Nashville, but tomorrow I had a customer call, and he said he needed to come get some stuff, and I told him, and he spoke really bad English. He actually asked me if I spoke Spanish, and I just told him no, because anytime I say like, oh, poquito, then they think I know more than I do. it's just better for me just to say no. Like, I guarantee he speaks better English than I speak Spanish. So let's just do it that way. And then if I need to piece together some Spanish to help him out, then I can, or we can try and Spanglish this thing together a little bit. But I guarantee he knows more English than I know Spanish. So we'll just roll with him trying his best in English, and then if I need to, I'll drop a little Spanish here or there to kind of keep the conversation moving. So anyway, so I told him, yeah, you can come pick it up on Thursday. We're closed already today on Tuesday. And then he said, oh, I need it tomorrow. I need it tomorrow. And I said, okay, well, I only release personal property on Thursdays. And he said, it's my identification, my license. I need my identification. And so then that kind of changes things quite a bit. That makes things more urgent for me to release to him. So anyway, so I made that appointment for tomorrow. So instead of sleeping tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to Nashville again and burn the fuel to go over there and get him his ID, which obviously I think is important, especially I'm assuming based on his language and stuff, he's probably an immigrant. So I would guess he's that kind of stuff's pretty important to him. I can only imagine if I was an expatriate living in another country and lost or had my car taken and my identification was inside of it, it would probably make me pretty worried, pretty stressed. So anyway, I don't know his documentation status or anything. I'm not saying anything like that. All I'm saying is based on the little English he knew and his accent, that I'm sure it's important to him one way or another. I mean, shoot, it's important to all of us, but I don't know. Maybe I'm making that out to be something when it's not. But anyway, it's just kind of the good owl way, man. That's just kind of how I like to do business. I try to have empathy, try to show a little bit of care for people, a little bit of understanding for people, and not be too rigid or cold to people's. That was a nice truck. That was a nice truck. Anyway, try not to be cold to people's needs and the things that they just, he needs that to keep his life going, to keep things moving. And so I can, one trip to Nashville, I can make that happen. So it's sometimes it like this, I'm pretty tired. It would have been nice to have that extra time to sleep tomorrow, but sometimes you just gotta suck it up, buttercup, and make things happen. Ooh, careful, buddy. I don't want to see that Peterbilt on its side over here up ahead of me. You gotta keep it on the road, homeboy. All right, I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. We're starting south and heading back north, so we'll keep a tally tonight, see how many cars we can get. Hopefully get more than the 1 or 0 that we've been getting lately. But I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, well, 0 for 4. Well, really 0 for 2. Just the first 2 each had 2 addresses, so it's 4 addresses, but 2 accounts. One of them, the guy has a kid with the same name, the same exact name, a junior. So it's possible that that's the one that has the vehicle, and I don't know. But checked pretty thoroughly around everywhere to try and see what I could see. I don't think I ever see these places without someone here. Maybe this place doesn't stay open 24 hours. A lot of them do. let's see. Some sort of a sign. I don't know what that sign says. All right, well, I'm gonna get in here and get a little bit of caffeine in me so I can push through the next few hours, and yeah, keep rolling, keep pushing the pedal on the right. Just keep it mashed, and keep trying to find these cars, man. That's the plan. All right, catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, well, that sign definitely says store closed due to staffing. The lady inside was in there cleaning, so I don't know, I guess she can't clean and let someone use the restroom and buy a soda. But you know, hey, who am I to judge? You know, maybe you gotta really get down and clean those dirty kitchens and stuff. All right, I got one pretty close around the corner from here. I'm gonna go check that one, and then we'll start heading up the road, and then I gotta stop and get some fuel somewhere at some point anyway, so I'll just hold out for my caffeine until then. All right, catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, well, we got one confirmed, but we couldn't get it. It's blocked in by multiple vehicles. One of those vehicles being a rollback tow truck. So chances are he's gonna have it blocked in every night until they get caught up on their payment. He probably knows. I mean, I'm just guessing because he drives a rollback, that probably knows the game a little bit. So he's gonna try and play the game. So what I'll do is I'll come back during the day and see if, you know, maybe it might get unblocked for a little while. Who knows? I've heard of guys carrying GPS trackers with them, and using those for these situations when they're blocked in. So they can, dang, this road sucks. They tore it up and repaved it, but the repaving is like worse than a dirt road. Anyway, and I know my shocks suck too. That's part of the problem, but there's a lot of roads that aren't this loud, this bumpy. Anyway, they just go pick them up during the day when, you know, when they're out and about, wherever they go. They just go grab it. Now, I've had conflicting reports on the legality of that in the state of Tennessee, so I haven't invested in those. So we're gonna do it the old school way, man. Just wait until we can spot it open and available for us to get, and or knock on the door and try and talk some sense into some people. But yeah, that's kind of the bummer of this thing. So that's 2 in 2 weeks. Last week I had one that was blocked in also. So those sting a little bit, because you burn the fuel, you find the unit, you got an accurate address for once, and then you still can't get the unit. But in my experience, getting an accurate address is the battle. And so once you get an accurate address, you know, there's ways of things tend to either, you know, work themselves out. I think I've only had one where I spotted the car and then they were able to get caught up before I could get possession of it. So, you know, sometimes it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time, and then they either decide, you know, to voluntarily do it because that looks better on your credit and all of that. They work with you a little bit on the settlement that goes against you and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, so that's usually I can get it one way or another. But anyway, like I said, we'll see what happens with this one. I'll run it again at a different time in the daytime and see if I can't get lucky, you know. All right. I need that caffeine. I'm gonna go stop and get some fuel, get some caffeine in me. I'll catch up with you guys once we run these next few addresses, and hopefully we get something on the hook here shortly. That's the plan. Ooh, man, City of Laverne needs to do something about these roads. They're real bad, terrible. All right, catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, just stopping to get some fuel. I passed one fuel stop that the price was $3.55, and I came to this one because this one has def at the pumps, but it's $3.65. Man, but def at the pump is necessary. Because this truck, I don't know how many gallons it holds of def, like 12, 16, something like that, but it gets really expensive when you're adding it in by those stupid little plastic pre-packaged things for like $18. It's like, that's 2.5 gallons. So if I'm doing my math right, that's like $8 a gallon. That's like twice as much as I pay out here at the pump. So I'm paying double price just for a box. That's stupid. And it's harder to dispense and takes longer, and what's the point? So I come over here in the middle of the night. There's no trucks fueling right now, so I'm not in anyone's way, but this is the slowest fuel pump. Normally when you fuel at a truck fuel stop, it's like way too fast because it's a lot bigger of a nozzle, but not this one. This one's really, 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 really slow. It's going really slow. I don't know, something's wrong. But anyway, we'll get this thing filled up, and then we'll keep on getting up towards Nashville, and we'll run a few more of these accounts and see if we can't find something to make our time worth it tonight. I feel like you guys are getting a little glimpse of the bad weeks when it's like this, man. It gets old. It starts wearing you down. You start getting a little discouraged because you're like, man, I run all these addresses and I never get a vehicle, and you're just like working for free. But then you have, there'll be nights. I've done it for almost a year now. There'll be nights where I get 3, 4 in a night, and you guys will be like, oh, okay. It is like a viable business. It's not just a hobby, Yeah, I just like to drive around and pick up trucks and look at cars. That's what I do. Just check VIN numbers on random cars just for fun, just to freak people out. Anyway, all right. We're not even halfway there, so I'm gonna stop talking and probably sit inside the truck while it's fueling because it's cold out here, man. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, finally got one for the night. Like I said, makes it feel like you're not just working for free, so it's good. But one's not really enough, but at least we didn't work for free, I pulled this one from a neighborhood that's not known to be the greatest neighborhood, so it was parked right on the street, so I just hooked it and then I dragged it a few blocks. I would have liked to have gotten it all the way like a little further out of the neighborhood than I did before I strapped it, but I knew that as soon as I got out of the neighborhood, then the interstate's right here, so I knew I kind of needed to just make it happen, know what I mean? So we're right here by downtown. Nissan Stadium's right here to our right, behind that gas station. Walking bridge is straight ahead of us. It's a cool city, man. I really like Nashville. It's a little crazy. You know, it's kind of weird how everyone shows up to Nashville just to party. It's kind of a interesting dynamic. But as far as like the people who live here, the residents, and then just I guess it's because people come here that it kind of has a cool factor, and there's money here, so they're able to make things look nice, and you know, for the most part, things are nice and clean and pretty well taken care of. So you know, you can't get rid of the tourists without getting rid of their money. So you know, they come here not crazy and make fools out of themselves and others, but you know, they leave all their money here and then they go home. So whatever. It's like when I was growing up, people from the valley, we would call them Bacos. Like, they didn't all come from Bakersfield, but we just grouped anyone from the valley was a Baco. Whether you're from Bakersfield, Fresno, Madera, Stockton, didn't matter, you were a Baco. But anyway, they would come and, you know, they'd just be there to party, so they would act just so dumb out on the dunes, and you know, it's just a different mentality when you're on vacation, going somewhere just to cut loose. And so that never failed that those people would do stupid stuff. But anyway, that's how Nashville is. People come here to let loose and act crazy, and of course drink a lot. So people don't make the best decisions when they're drinking heavily. Not everyone, and not every time, but you know. All right, let's get this over to the lot. We'll set it down in there, and then we got a couple more to run on our way home. It's almost 4 in the morning. So I'd like to just get home by 5 and call it a night, but I got a couple more that I haven't ran yet. So yeah, it'd be nice to get another one before we go home. We'll see. All right, check in with you guys in a little bit. All right, I just decided to bring it on in. I didn't get enough sleep to push that far, and then to only get like a couple hours sleep, like I would have if I would have kept running. So go home about 5. I gotta wake up no later than 10:30, so I'll get 5.5 hours sleep, which is not bad. I'll take it. Anyway, so yeah, we'll wrap this video up right here. Love you guys. Peace out. See you on the next one.